Live coverage of tonight's race, presented by the Asphalt Racing Network. Sponsored by Decals, Paint, and Photoshop. Your one-stop shop for all your iRacing needs. And, of course, Young Hitta Collectibles on Whatnot. If you weren't there with us this morning, you missed one hell of a show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another week here at the Naras Cup Series Pure Michigan 300. We are back again live in the skies today. Looking at the Mobile One victory lane right in about the middle area of the pits, looking on to the infield. It is going to be a good one today, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot of laps for these drivers to do today before we decide a winner. As always, before we get into the nitty-gritty of tonight, my name is Tyler Jones, and I will be alongside my good buddy Kenny Schwartz here for you guys tonight. It's going to be a pretty good call and a pretty good race. Your first race in the booth up here at Michigan, partner. How you feeling about it tonight?
Oh, feeling good, partner. Michigan's always a fun race to come and watch, and so I hope that we can have some fun tonight.
Of course, drivers doing their qualifying times right now. Few have already got a time set. We're not going to tell you who is the pole. We love to keep that going until the late stages, just so you can kind of decipher yourself who do you feel like is going to win it. Of course, already have a poll in the chat on the YouTube side of who do you think is going to win this race tonight. Be sure to choose one of those four drivers you think is going to have the opportunity to get the win. I mean, looking right now, we've got a lot of fan favorites here that are going to be with us tonight. We also have a lot of drivers that haven't found much. Of course, like we said, looking at the 9, Jordan Fisher on track right now. About Jordan Fisher, Parker Motorsports shut down is now official. The most winningest team in Naras from the Roblox days to Naras. Of course, 21 wins overall, with more to come here hopefully this season. Who goes where is the biggest question. What is Jordan Fisher going to be doing in 2027? Of course, he has not made any announcement about his plans officially at this point in time in the season. Of course, Fisher did make a statement that was released post-Charlotte during a press meeting that stated, and I quote, "I want the best for the future of Naras. Owning a team is not in the cards for me right now, and the time is not right. Will Parker Motorsports make a return in the future? Of course, only time can tell, but my focus is on driving and owning Naras. Wherever I may go in 2027, I vow to give it my 100%, just like I gave it for my team. We plan to hit the ground running the rest of this season and close our story with a championship," end quote. So he is going to be just a driver and an owner next season. That's going to be probably a lot of sweat off his back in certain areas, but still, it might be difficult for him to actually 100% conform to that situation. Of course, Corey Rainey on track with qualifying right now. We also did hear from Corey Rainey publicly after Charlotte saying, quote unquote, "Naras needs to take a step in the right direction. The admins at Charlotte need to open their eyes a bit more. There was a wreck that should have never happened between him and the 17. And, of course, stating that the mics between the teams needed to be turned back on for those who don't kill it for the rest. Of course, drivers do have open communications with each other, and it started getting a little bit too much. So the channels went closed to just teams and the leader of the team to be able to communicate when drivers were making pits. And of course, some drivers feel like that was a step in the wrong direction. Rainey being very vocal about that situation. So will we see that change again we're just going to have to pay attention and see how that's going to look for us. Of course, right now, only 6 drivers locked into the playoffs so far. There's going to be Owen Lax, your points leader right now. J.J. Moore in 4th place. Tristan Pena in 10th. Lucas Lewis in 11th. Vergara in 18th after a crazy win. And just holding on to the 22nd spot right now is going to be Mark Morton in the 99. You know, if he goes out of that top 22 spot, he will lose his eligibility for playoffs. Even if he has that win, it won't count. And right now, it is not looking too good as he's still having hardware issues. He is going to be here tonight. He's going to try to make it as far as he possibly can and try to get as much on the points that he can for not only him but for the team tonight. But still, you know, a lot to possibly be on the line here tonight. Not looking forward to seeing an early exit from the 99 of Morton, possibly even well before the playoffs. Of course, you know, looking at things right now, it's been a little bit of a shake-up for Fisher. He hasn't really been on the ball. Of course, he's sitting 5th in points right now with no wins. He has 388 points. He's 60 behind. He has 361 points. He's 87 behind out of 9 starts so far on the year. You know, not looking too good right now, but still not too bad. Eligible for that first round playoff spot. Of course, doesn't really have the playoff points to continue a berth after the round of 16. That's really where a lot of his fight's going to be. But, you know, is this going to start the fall off of Jordan Fisher? Of course, you know, consistency kind of slowing down, but I wouldn't say dwindling all the way out yet. Of course, we have made news, or have heard news, that Caleb Hess is going to be making a return to the full-time Cup Series, racing with James Racing in the number 25. Now, Hess not on the field here tonight, I do believe, as I do not see the 25 on telemetry, but he will be making a return in the 25 for the remainder of the season as a full-time Cup competitor. And news that was a crazy blowout, kind of caught us all off guard. We didn't expect it. The 00 has officially came out. That is Mark Randall Jr. He has officially came out and has said he is not returning to RVR for Season 4. Now, there are a few little things, sprinkles in the air, that he might be staying with Ford. He might be going to Chevy. Toyota's a possibility for him, as he is a Reddit guy in real life. Right now, no confirmed news as to where Mark Randall is moving to, or if he is even fully returning. We know right now he has stated he isn't returning to RVR, but he also hasn't said he is retiring for Season 4 as well. I know a lot of silly season news will slowly but surely be coming out. I don't know how long we're going to wait to hear, you know, either from Corey Rainey about the 00 not returning, or from Mark Randall himself about where he's possibly going to be going in the future. Of course, right now, last week's winner at Charlotte for the Patriotic 350 after 235 laps was Owen Lax. He won the All-Star event and the Patriotic 350 back-to-back day wins for him, as the All-Star race was on Friday. He took the weekend sweep. He officially nabs his first legitimate season win, not off an asterisk, last week at Charlotte. Of course, he won Watkins Glen off that technicality, but winning at Charlotte has boosted him in the points. He grabbed that lead over Corey Rainey by 25 points. Owen officially grabbing the double-digit wins in the all-time wins list as well, and officially 9 Cup Series wins amongst the Cup Series stats. Now, J.J. Moore, that 5 car, he is registered tonight. We have not seen him touch the track yet. He is turning things around slowly but surely. He's being consistent around the top 5. Of course, consistency will be key if he wants a shot at that regular season championship. Right now, JJ sitting kind of comfortably, still not too far out. He's about 60 points behind, sitting in 4th, just behind Charlie Bennett, right in front of his team owner of Jordan Fisher, but he still has a lot to go, with weeks slowly dwindling down now. Of course, as well, Vergara, do not believe he is gonna be here with us tonight. No, he is. He is here in the 29 tonight. He's had some laps out on the track, currently in the pitch right now, waiting for a green flag. He's making moves in the points. He moved from 22nd up to 18th, securing a spot in the playoffs officially with his win at Talladega. Now went from the outside looking in, trying to officially push himself up even further on that list to make it happen. Of course, last but not least, for our wrap-up notes of the week, we have had the Cup Series. It's been all over the United States so far. The Cup Series headed out west for a few days this week, doing tire testing and setup testing at Sonoma, as we are heading back out west for the second road course of 3 on the schedule. The series is saying they are planning to do testing every week up until the race, so no one is coming into this race blind. Feel like Sonoma is going to be a good race to put back on the schedule. We will have about a month until we hit Sonoma. Sonoma will be on the 11th of July for the Save Smart 70. Right now, what you are waiting to watch is the Pure Michigan 300. Of course, we are going to have 300 miles of racing here tonight before a winner is announced. Race control just doing some test laps on the track right now. Weather here at this point in time, 79 degrees, 51% humidity. We'll probably get track temps at any point in time. They're probably sitting up in the 85s to 86s. 7 to 9 mile per hour winds right now, not too bad. Of course, it is going to be a crazy run for these drivers here tonight. Beautiful view of the track as always as we do the zoom out. Following the 4 car of Corey Rainey there, but look at this track in all of its glory. We can't even fit it all on the screen at one time. There we go. Long, elongated grandstands. We will have some good views for you guys here today. Of course, this is the ARN blimp cam in the sky. It'll be following drivers all night. We're going to keep it at a distance so we can get you the action as needed. Of course, chopper cam as well. Chopper ready to follow for wrecks, incidences, passes, close calls, whatever it may be. It is there and ready to go tonight. Of course, pit lane cams as well. We've got everything and anything you'll ever need. You'll also see the entrance cam for pit road. Warm-ups now officially over. Had to readjust our cameras there. Now looking at your grid here today. Looking at our grid here today. Who has claimed the pole? In row one with the pole officially making it his third pole ever. That is going to be the 09 of Isaiah Fox, officially with his third career pole. Stephen Hollinsworth in second. In row two is going to be Owen Lax and Corey Rainey. Row three in the top 5 spot is going to be Lucas Lewis, Mark Morton in sixth. Row four, Peter Hoppy and Charlie Bennett. And in row 5, rounding out your top 10 is going to be Carden Hansen and Jeffrey Bourne.
Eight, Evan Vigera and JJ Moore. Row 9, Kenneth Colson, Joseph Davis. Row 10 is going to be Aaron Rahman and Joshua Mason. And to round it out, it'll be Joshua Hahn and Michael D. Canday.
22 cars on the field here tonight. It's going to be a good race here for you folks. Hope you are ready to go here. Pace car lights are on. We are moments away from a green flag. Of course, subscribe here on YouTube and Twitch and like this broadcast so you'll never miss another Naras event on YouTube. If you're on the YouTube side, welcome in. We appreciate you. If you are on the Twitch side, be sure to hit that follow button. Our Twitch premium subscribers are the biggest supporters of the stream. If you want to join Tier 1, you have 1 free sub a month with Amazon Prime, as long as you have your Amazon account linked to your Twitch. And of course, if you don't, you can still have the option to sub for about $6 a month. We appreciate it, and it helps us out a lot. Consistently get camera packs and upgrade our equipment as much as possible. Now, of course, be sure to check us out live multiple days a week here as they're still getting ready to go green. You will catch us on Mondays for the American Stock Car Racing League. Right Time ARCA on Wednesdays, Truck Series on Thursdays, and the Naras Truck Series on Fridays. And what you're watching right now, the Gen 6 Cup cars in their farewell tour here on Saturdays. Drivers getting ready to go green. I'm seeing a lot of people rooting in the chats already. You got Charles Sherrill saying, let's go, Jeff. Clee on Twitch screaming out that number 4 Baffle. We've got the poll going on the YouTube side. Who do you think's going to win it? Get your votes in now. There's only 1 vote casted, folks. What are you doing? Peter Hoppy, Jordan Fisher, Lax, and Lucas Lewis are your official drivers to vote for a win here tonight as we are ready to go green. Partner in the restart zone. Take it away for us.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here today at Michigan, we're ready for some great racing. And as we're coming around, pace car is off. And we are green flag. Let's go racing, boys.
Lap 1 now officially completed. Stephen Hollingsworth has taken the lead over pretty quick. Isaiah Fox has fallen down to third place. Corey Rainey already up 2 positions in second. Charlie Bennett up 4 in fourth. And of course, Lucas Lewis holding that top 5 spot for himself right now. You can look and see all the gains on the tower already. We're starting to see some movement pretty early here. And a little bit of a pack separation. You're seeing it right now. You got a lot of drivers up here, and then it just kind of wavers off to the rear of the field. You got about one car sitting by himself. J.J. Moore with a solo in the back end, and it seems like we have a car off the field. That is going to be the 7 of Brandon Carroll around. We're going to go back and look at what happened, of course. We're going to take another moment of silence on lap 8 today. But I wonder exactly what happened here. Got into it with the 99, came down. Back that up a little bit more. You see him on the high side here. 99 came up to use that top line. Brendan Carroll came down at the same time. And that is Toyota on Toyota action right there. 7 around in the grass, no damage. Good situation. It'll be easy for him to keep going. Keep it green, keep it clean. But first caution of the night out now. Of course, Stephen Hollingsworth still your leader at this point in time. Looking at the cars on the track here tonight, you can see it. Manufacturers where the gains just were on the tower. Ford taking the top 2 positions right now. Behind them are 2 Chevys in 3 and 4th. A lone Toyota in the top 10. Behind him in 6th, 7th, and 8th is going to be 3 more Chevys. 9th place, another Ford of Mark Randall. And then top 10, Kyle Sims. Behind Sims, 3 more Chevys. Then you get the other Toyota of Mark Morton. And then another 3 Chevys till you see the next 2 last Fords of the night being Michael Canaday and Joseph Davis. And Aaron Ramon in a Toyota, J.J. Moore in the Chevy, and Brendan Carroll in the Toyota rounding out the field. A lot of drivers coming in this time. Rainey's going to come in this time. Fox, Bennett, Bourne, Hanson, Lewis, Lax, Randall, Sims, Hoppy, Morton, Colson, Vergara. Almost the entire field. The only people that stayed out are Hollingsworth, Fisher, and Davis. Isaiah Fox going to beat everybody off pit exit there. Top 10 spot goes to Joshua Mason. Trying a little something different tonight. Hopefully the stream looks a lot better for you watching at home. We have been messing with settings, trying to get things a little bit more crisp for you. So hopefully it looks better today than what it might have been on a different night you've tuned in with us. Hopefully it doesn't look too different for the worse, but it looks better. So of course that is I think the next upgrade here to the equipment. Definitely going to be graphics. I mean, everything looks pretty good so far. What I'm looking on my monitor here.
Got to splurge out a little bit there, partner. Get you one of them 5090s.
Hey, look, you know that's where donations come into play. We've been saving all that donation money and trying to get this new graphics cards. They've gotten a little bit expensive now, so.
Yep, all that AI stuff taking up everything, using up all of our valuable resources.
Yeah. Hey, look, I can't complain. I feel like I use AI at least twice a day now. I think we all use AI twice a day.
Yeah, we definitely use it even if we don't think we are.
Exactly. of course, first caution out. If you're just tuning in, welcome in to the Naras Cup Series. Pure Michigan 300 now underway. Stephen Hollingsworth is your leader, still is your leader. The pole originally went to Isaiah Fox, who's down about 5 positions. Some big movers in the top 5 now. Fisher is up 11 positions from where he started. Joseph Davis is up 14 positions from where he started. Now sitting in 2nd and 4th respectively. Hopefully these drivers can keep their positions up in the front for as long as possible, as we are about to go back green here this time by. Pace car is going to be off. On the leader, the 67 is Stephen Hollingsworth on the bottom side. We're back green in the restart zone now. Looking good, looking good. Hopefully we keep it looking good for the remainder of stage 1. Already had one little incident, but it is a lot of racing left to go. Nothing to worry about. No damage with that first incident to either the 99 or the 7 of Brendan Carroll. Mark Morton really needs the cleanest race possible right now. He is literally at the cusp. If the playoffs started tomorrow, he's at the cusp of not making it. He is at the 22nd position when it comes down to points, and we only accept the top 22 if you are a locked-in driver. So he is going to have to drive his tail off tonight to try to make some points back up, to get up a little bit higher to give him a comfort zone. He's already used a few provisionals, and you don't have many to use. So now, not trying to be on the outside looking in, but definitely needs to do something. I mean, looking at the points situation right now, like we said, he is sitting in 22nd spot. You got Thomas Adams just in front of him. That is easily surpassable with Adams not being here tonight. Wyatt Post not here tonight either. That is going to be an easily surpassable driver. Kenneth Coulson, another full-time driver, I do not believe is here. He should be able to pass him on points tonight as long as he can finish the race. And then Vergara, of course, is here today. So that's going to be kind of an even situation unless Vergara wrecks out and gets scored all the way in last place. I mean, right now, Morton needs a few good races back to back to back to really hone in on everything he's going to be capable of doing for the rest of the season here. Of course, looking really good right now following Morton. He's already up to 2nd place. Stephen Hollingsworth is in 1st. This is a good track for Morton. We've already seen him here multiple times before, including last year as well. I don't believe he got the win last year. Now the 9 of Fisher going to be side by side with the 99, trying to block him in on that high side where he can't get that run on the low end. Fisher trying to go for the position. He's going to lose a little bit of time there as the 99 had some draft from the 67 that time by, and now not going to be able to pass. Mark Morton officially to the lead here tonight. First time we've seen him in the lead of a race in a long time. Of course, he is driving for... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You know, partner, for Mark Morton right now, he's probably screaming like a little girl on the inside with all the trials and tribulations he's been going through this season. It's a small little victory for him to get up into the lead.
Well, and as well, now he's also screaming at his PC to not fail him, because he's had instances where his screen will freeze on him, and he's in the wall, and he's wrecked himself out. Right now he's don't you quit on me, Bobby. He's praying to God that PC is going to hold up for the rest of this race. We're only on lap 12. We got 150 to go. As his team owner, I'm praying his PC holds up for the rest of this race right now. Of course, 99 drives for Steel City, my very own team. I can confirm we are in talks with Morton about returning for season number 4. If his PC keeps messing up, no. But as of right now, we are in talks with the 99. He seems very likely to come back. We will have more confirmation on our drivers come the playoff times. We're going to announce all of our drivers at the elimination races of each playoff run. Of course, we're going to save one big special one for Homestead, and we are also going to be announcing our very first signature at our regular season finale at Nashville. So be sure to tune in pre-race for all of the Steel City news, if that's what you're keeping up with. I know I am, but not many other people probably are. I was like, all right, shut up. Stop stroking your ego. Back to the race. Mark Morton still in the lead right now. Stephen Hollinsworth in second. Owen Lax in third. Lax bringing out the Ziegler Auto Group car for the first time here today. Number 40 off a hot week. You know what? We forgot to do a moment of silence at lap 15. We're going to do it at lap 18 because that's what Kyle is known for as it is. Of course, who is hot early in this race? We know Jordan Fisher led laps coming towards the end of last season's race, but missed the pit strategy by a few laps and handed the win to our current leader, Mark Morton. So we will possibly see another Jordan Fisher top 3 finishing, maybe even stronger. Of course, earlier on in this race, the 5, 17, 26, and the 99 were all given EOLs as they were late to attend the drivers' meeting. Mark said, screw that meeting. I'm still going to get to the front whenever I can. He's up 5 positions from where he qualified, took that EOL. So as of right now, he is literally up 22 positions on the night. Partner, we got 2 monitors up here. We've been watching the top front of this pack right now. Seems like the 40 of Owen Lax is going to be trying to surpass the 99 of Morton. Who are you watching? And who have you kind of had your eye on so far since we started the race about 16 laps ago?
Well, I've been keeping my eye on Lax for a good little bit. He has been kind of sneaking and creeping up behind there, just kind of slowly making his way up to the front. Kind of seems like Lax is a little bit more in a Lax racing style this week, or at least here at Michigan. Not really pushing the car super hard, and just kind of slowly letting the opportunities come for him instead of, Hocevarring.
Well, I mean, his nickname is the Hurricane, so it does fit in pretty well to be, Hocevarring it right now. Of course, I'm trying to pay attention to everybody on the field. We got a lot of drivers that have really good contention to be in the top of the field here tonight, including the 4-car of Corey Rainey. This man has had pretty good races at these mile-and-a-half tracks. Right now, currently sitting in P15. He's just kind of letting everything go in front of him, trying to see where he can fit in, try to dial that first pit strategy out. I mean, it's going to be 40 laps for stage 1 and 2. There's definitely going to be a pit cycle, if not for gas. That pit cycle might have already happened with that first caution where everybody pitted on lap 4. But I mean, Corey Rainey right now needs to prevail and get his first win. The question is, when is that going to happen? By this time last season, he already had that 1 win. I believe it was Auto Club or Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. And he was top 5 in the points. Of course, this season he held first place in the points without a win, just based off consistency for a long time. But of course, now he is second in points with 0 wins. If the playoffs were to start now, he would be seeded 11th with his 1 playoff point to his name. But I mean, Corey really needs to catch a break today and try to get this first win out of the way early on so he doesn't have to worry about having to point his way into the playoffs. I mean, the more we go on, the more we're going to have possible winners. I mean, as of right now, we already have, 6 locked into the playoffs. That only adds 10 more spots when it comes down to the first round of 16. Back up to the lead right now. Bull Motorsports driver Owen Lax was sitting in a single file line with the 67 of Hollingsworth and the 99 of Morton. He decides to go low, try to get that lead back. 67 did give the 99 a bump. They're not trying to lose that positioning. Lax is not going to be able to pass Morton, so he's going to have to file back in. It is starting to get pretty good up here. Drivers all getting close. Looking at the chopper right now. You got the 99 of Lax. I mean, the 99 of Morton. The 40 of Lax now officially taking the lead. 67 of Hollingsworth in third, losing that position to the 09 of Isaiah Fox. And then the 9 of Jordan Fisher now in 5th place. Top 5 kind of breaking off a little bit from the rest of the pack up here. But I wouldn't say they're kind of far away. 24 and the 22 of Joseph Davis are just behind. Then there's a little bit of a break to that 4-car pack behind them of Bennett, Mason, Ramon, and Kennedy. But I wouldn't say that it's kind of solidified right now for these top 10 drivers. There's a lot of movement that still can happen here. I mean, we are just 2 laps over halfway through of the race. And once again at lap 18, we forgot to take a moment of silence. So we're just going to shut our mouths now for a lap in honor of Kyle Busch. I'm sorry, this race is really good. Jacked up on Zins and high octane Sunoco up here. I just kept getting lost of track of time and the lappage. I mean, it's been a really good race so far. Last time we came to Michigan, I feel like we had more cautions at this point in time. Of course, this was me and Lax in the booth last year. I really couldn't tell you much about this race as it's been an entire year. Plus it's about middle-aged man now, so it's starting to kind of lose track of time, shall you say. But I mean, I feel like last year we already had 2 to 3 cautions out at this point in time. Of course, this is about one of the most star-studded, stacked rosters in Naras history for Season 4. The rookie roster this season is by far probably the hardest roster to have to compete with if you are a veteran. Veterans have been doing a good job to try to combat these rookie drivers, but I mean, we have one rookie driver in the top 5 being J.J. Moore. In 6th place, you got the rookie Stephen Hollingsworth, who is in 2nd right now. In the last spot, in the 9th and 10th place, you got Mark Randall on points and Tristan Pena in 10th that are rookies. I mean, 12th place goes to Jeffrey Bourne. He's another rookie. Peter Hoppy, he's a lap down right now, but sitting 15th on points as a rookie. The 18th spot locked into the playoffs. Kevin Vergara in the 29. He's a rookie. I mean, it's pretty good season so far for the rookie year. I mean, and it's also going to be a pretty good fight to see who's going to get Rookie of the Year come the end of the season.
And partner, you always love seeing all these new rookies coming in and giving the older guys a run for their money, because these older guys, they start getting a little bit more comfortable with everybody they're racing around. And in NASCAR, you should never be comfortable.
I don't think they can be comfortable here in Naras, I'll tell you that for sure. You let your guard down a little bit too much, and there's a lot happening around you. I'm looking at this right now, letting a guard down. They're 3 wide for 2nd. Fox is going to prevail through the middle of that group between Hollingsworth and Davis. Morton kind of starting to run away with it a little bit as they're fighting for 2nd place. They're going to reel it back in with this draft here. Morton have to go down and you know, the 09 last year was a part of that Final Four. He didn't get many wins early on in the season to be a part of that Final Four. I think he locked himself into the playoff with a late season win, and then just barely locked himself in then with the win as well. Right now, currently sitting in 7th on points. He's a full-time driver for Red Tail Racing and Chevy with only 6 starts, 351 points in the season so far, no wins. But I mean, hey, a driver you really can't count down and out. See him a little bit loose there. The 99 came down to try to give him a little bit pressure there. 09 in the wall slightly. He's going to check up that top line a little bit. They are going to, wrong camera. They are going to have to go around him as he is now going to lose a lot of speed and fall down about 5 positions.
Yeah, partner, Fox had a great run going through the corner there, but was still a little hot on that low side and ended up going way too hot out of that corner, hitting that wall there, giving Morton the first place position back. And you can't really be making those kind of mistakes at any point, you know, with that. Going in hot to a corner is one of those big things that you can end a race very quickly doing something like that.
I mean, it's going to be a fight for the ages here. 12 laps to go. The man that is literally on the cusp, if the playoff started today, has led a predominant amount of laps here tonight. 18 laps out of 29 so far with 12 to go. Morton looking to be the favor to take this race for stage 1. He was the winner last year. So, I mean, coming into this race, he is the favorite to win again. They're still fighting 3 wide at times for second. Lax with a huge run now is going to push himself out into first place, but as we've seen, Morton will not let that happen for too long. Now, of course, we need to make our driver picks.
You know, partner, I haven't been sold on anybody just yet. You know, Morton is running a solid race here, keeping very consistent lines. Lax keeps trying to challenge him, but keeps trying to do it on that low side, and it hasn't been working too much, though he did just take him on the high side, getting the lead. So that might have just changed it for Lax. He might have finally figured out that that low side was not working well.
I mean,
but I still think we're in a spot where we're kind of at a toss-up about who we could pick.
I would say, you know, 67 Hollingsworth, too, just made a crazy dive down to the bottom to overtake the 99 of Mark Morton. Now he's side by side for the lead. I mean, Hollingsworth as well, another driver that's kind of he's a rookie for Gen 2 Holiday Racing. He's shown his hand pretty early. I mean, sitting 6th in points right now with no wins. There's a lot of guys up here in the top 5 with no wins so far. Only 2 of them in the top 5 have more than 1 win. That being Owen Lax with his 2 and JJ Moore with his 2. I mean, like you said, it's kind of anybody's race. I mean, being a Toyota guy, you know, I would like to say I'd like to see Morton go back-to-back years at Michigan, as this is his strongest track, and he'll most likely have that late stage strategy for that stage 3 run at 70 laps. I feel like I'm kind of going to lock in that 99 of Morton as long as his equipment stays running tonight. If something were to happen with his equipment, I would definitely go with the 67 of Hollingsworth, as he is a pretty fast driver. Of course, 8 laps left to go in stage number 1. We are seeing a crazy battle for the lead. And I mean a crazy battle for the lead right now. course, we are still looking pretty good here early on for the race. This is kind of what you want to see, a really long green flag run. We are definitely getting that right now. I feel like it's going to get a lot longer for stage number 2. It's going to be the same thing, another 40 laps for these drivers before we head on to a stage 3 with 70 laps before we decide who is going to be the winner. Of course, you know, Owen still sitting in 4th now as Isaiah Fox is going to take the lead over for some time here as the drivers are a little bit off his pace right now. We're going to catch him soon, slowly but surely. You know, Owen Lax is on the rise right now after recently stealing both the Charlotte All-Star and the Patriotic 350 last week. Now the biggest question is, can he go 2 in a row? 67 to Hollinsworth is going to come down at a questionable 2 laps to go. He definitely wasn't going to be able to make it on gas. That is not going to be a good thing for him. He was one of the drivers that I do not believe pitted the first time by, and now that is going to come back to bite him in the tail. Joseph Davis also did not pit, as well as Jordan Fisher in the 9. The 9 is in 12th place right now. We might have to see either of those drivers go back down to pit road. We're going to have to figure that out. It might be a bad situation here with 2 laps to go. The driver's going to go a lap down. J.J. Moore currently on the track. Multiple laps down. I wonder what happened with him. We haven't seen him crash. We haven't seen him wreck or anything. He is 16 laps down. I don't have him in a crash. Right now, Lax making a pass for Owen for P3. Morton making that pass back. Ramon passing Charlie Bennett in 7th. Lax passing Kennedy as they are all fighting here with 1 to go. Coming to the line, we have Isaiah Fox with a stage 1 victory. 40 laps down. Another 40 to go for stage number 2. Drivers going to be going to their pit cycles this time by, and we are going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in 3 minutes with more action here for the Naras Cup Series at the Pure Michigan 300. Don't go anywhere.
When it takes your banana pudding, you taste my banana pudding.
It's on. It's on.
I was going to say, will you marry me?
Is my makeup messy? Yes, it's messy.
Consumer Cellular can help people save on their cell phone bills. That's why I cut my car in half. This year, let's cut even more things to show people how much they can save. Let's cut the face off of our helmets. Let's cut the top off of our steering wheel. Let's even cut our hats.
Isn't that just a visor?
Shut up, Chris. Great. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Get your second month free with Consumer Cellular.
Coming back here from commercial break, Stephen Hollingsworth is going to retain the lead here, getting ready for stage number 2. Of course, Owen Lax coming out in second place. Mark Morton down to third. Lucas Lewis in fourth. Isaiah Fox rounding out your top 5. Aaron Ramon in sixth. Colson in seventh. Rainey in eighth. Bennett in ninth. And Randall in 10th. Up 15 positions now is going to be that number 8 of Aaron Ramon. I would say a pretty good run for him as he's boosting his positions pretty early on. If you're still hanging around after the commercial break, we appreciate it. Make sure you guys follow us here on Twitch. 5 days a week we go live after right time. We'll be down to 4 days a week. You're going to enjoy that break and Thursday off. Give us a little bit of time in between, as it's about every other day now. Of course, schedules are always subject to change. We will keep you updated on our broadcasting schedule as it develops. Green flag going to be back out now for stage. Saying, let's go Ryan in the chat. Who is Ryan? Either way, let's go Ryan. I don't know who he is, but let's go Ryan. Stephen Hollingsworth and Mark Morton fighting pretty hard here for the lead right now. Just 2 laps back from green flag. 44 at a bump. 150 here in the books. 97 on the board in P1.
And somebody we haven't seen a whole lot from here tonight, partner, Corey Rainey just made a storm up to the front.
Currently sitting back in his qualifying position. Looks like he is really about to try to dive for this lead now. He's going to try to go under the 24 of Lucas Lewis there. Will he be able to do it? A little bit of contact with a 24. Holy hell. 24 was able to save that somehow. They're going to be 3 wide now for third. Staggered. Rainey's going to get around. He is now going to be fighting behind Morton for second place. 24 of Lucas Lewis going to go side by side, kind of pinch him back out for that contact. They are making contact up there right now. Cam 24 now really falling off pace, having to jump in behind the 8 of Aaron Lamone. Down to 5th, 99 in the 4, connected at the bumper. Rainey about to dive down low with Morton. They are possibly going to go for a position change here. We still have people rooting on drivers in the chat. Charlie Bennett, fans out here right now. Charlie is currently in 7th place, just sitting behind Owen Lax. A little bit of a gap. Bennett and the 00 kind of in tow right now, trying to catch up to these guys, but also not trying to burn their tires. 00 not wanting to stay in the draft. He's choosing to go to the high side and is making a pass around the 08. He's going to have to fall in while losing a position there. Going down to 8th, 42 of Joshua Hahn as well. Going to dive down to go around the 08 this time by. He might have to fall back in line though. Might I say, this is a crazy top 10 right now. They are all over the track. No one is wanting to stay behind anybody. They're all going for a position pretty early on here in the race.
Exactly the type of racing we love to see. Aggressive. Nobody's really giving anybody much of a break here. They're all fighting tooth and nail for every last bit of position they can.
Now Rainey and Morton fighting for the lead here. They have changed back and forth at least twice before they cross that line. Morton technically awarded the lead for that lap, but it is pretty close here. 4 is going to dive it back down on the bottom side, trying to overtake the 99. He will not be able to do it again. He's going to have to fall back in line. It is getting pretty close here for the 4. Officially getting close to him leading at least one lap in the Busch Apple scheme. Rainey, a pretty die-hard Kevin Harvick fan. You can also see it in the way he races. And not to say that as a negative, but he races just like Harvick on the track. He leaves all that BS in the pits. And he shows you what gets the strategy and what makes the win count. Right now, he is fighting pretty hard at lap 51 at a 150, 99 to 100 laps left in this race to go. 70 of them are going to be in stage number 3, and it is already a good race. Stage 1 was immaculate. Only one caution happened between the 99 and the 7 of Brandon Carroll. We have kept it green for the remainder of stage 1. Now into stage 2, and we are seeing one hell of a fight so far. 2 cautions, one being for the stage break. Corey Rainey officially in the lead with the 7th lead change of the night so far. And out of nowhere, Owen Lax pops up to 3rd place. Now going to be fighting himself for a position as well. Methodically waiting for someone to make a move here. 24 trying to dive to the bottom as well as the 40. They're going to be a 3-wide staggered for 2nd. 40's going to be able to take it though. He's going to be side by side with 99 with no draft around. Not going to be able to make it happen that time. He's going to have to fall back in line. He needs the 24 to follow because the 99 will go down, but as soon as the 99 gets that lead, he's going to pop back up. The 40's going to be out there once again with no draft. So it's getting pretty difficult right now for these drivers. 99 to the 4, pretty close. They're going 3 wide for the lead. First 3 wide for the lead we have seen in a long time. 99 is going to fall out of it as he wants the entrance low side in the corner. Now the 24 going to go up high. 99 left out to dry until the corner where the 40 is going to go back down to try to maintain that line difference. Now it's going to be the 4 and the 40 trying to get the lead, lap 14 out of 40 here, and holy hell, has this been a nail-biter so far. About one of the craziest races I've seen all season for Naras.
Lucas Lewis just hit the wall, or not Lucas Lewis, sorry, Owen Lax just tapped the wall there, coming out of turn 2, losing the lead. It's seeming like these guys have kind of started to figure out that bombing on the bottom right now is kind of working in a sense, as Lucas Lewis took the lead doing that same exact thing, and Corey Rainey now trying it out for himself.
Now,
and it does not pay off for Corey.
I'm going to say something that's pretty interesting right now is we are getting a crazy single file on the top side, and then come down to the corner. Everybody's just scattering like roaches. 99 made a little bit of contact. He almost just spun there. Believe that was contact with the 67 of Stephen Hollingsworth. Maintained to save it. Gonna lose the position to the 42 of Hahn, but you know, right now there is a crazy line on this top side, and then come the corner, they are scattering 4 wide in all lanes, and then they're kind of coming back to single file. So you're seeing, you know, these drivers try to use this draft of these straightaways to their advantage. And then as soon as that corner hits, they're trying to use all that momentum to slingshot around to try to make that run or to give somebody some clean air. Now, clean air, giving someone some clean air here might not be the best bet, as they're going to have a little bit of a better time to possibly get around somebody. But the thing is, as well, is the way these drivers are racing up here in the top 5, it is most likely going to burn some tires and possibly cause some incidents as well. Now Lax out to the lead by a long shot by himself, just followed by the blimp cam up here with the top 5, trying to see how it's going to work. 08 of Charlie Bennett falling off pretty hard right there. Almost had a wreck 3 wide. 22 of Davis had to jump off the track to avoid a situation. They are 4 wide now in 9th. 99 of Morton down all the way to position number 7, as they are 3 wide in the back on Mark Randall. Just behind him, it's going to be the 22, the 08, the 88 of Joshua Mason, a name we really haven't called out in the last few weeks. Mason has kind of been absent here from the top 5 contention, top 3 contention. Still needs a good breakout race to kind of solidify a run for him. I mean, he's sitting in 8th on points, but he only has 7 starts right now. He's about 3 starts behind some of these guys, or 2 starts, excuse me, behind some of these guys. I mean, he has 358 points right now, but the leader has 448, which is almost a whole 90-point differential with about 14 races left in the regular season. I mean, he's sitting comfortably to be in the playoffs without a win, but he needs some momentum before the end of the season, because he's not going to be able to carry that well over into the playoffs. Last year, Mason was a name we were calling out almost every week, whether it was a top 3 finish or a race win. He didn't have many, but I mean, overall, the 88 has just had a subpar year for himself so far. I wouldn't say it was the worst year we've seen, but you know, Parker Motorsports this year has kind of fallen off a little bit. That also might kind of tie into the closure of Parker Motorsports. You got to wonder, you know, if the 88 just trying to focus on getting a playoff position now, running it as far as it can, and trying to figure out where he's going next season as well. We have no confirmation from anybody, including the current owner, Jordan Fisher, where anybody is going. That includes the 88 of Mason, the 5 of JJ Moore, the 24 of Lucas Lewis. We have no idea where these drivers are going, and this can kind of tie into the situation we've seen with the 88 so far this season.
You know, partner, it always sucks for the drivers to have so much uncertainty going into the next season. But I know that everyone will be able to get everything worked out at the end of the day, and everybody will end up in places and positions that they probably never imagined they could have been in the first place.
You're right about that. You know, it's uncertainty of what's going to happen. Of course, you know, not knowing you're going to have a ride next season and having to either try to get the funds to start your own team and get charters to start your own team, or join a team that you might not be familiar with is really going to possibly shift the dynamic, not only for, you know, the drivers that are having to find teams or going to new teams, but as well as the dynamic of just the track itself. You know, we're going to lose a big powerhouse, the most winningest driver, or the most winningest team right now. So, I mean, that is going to change a lot moving forward. We have an off-track event for Joshua Hahn. I believe Hahn had jumped to pits. There was a wreck. I do not think it was caution-worthy. Something happened where his car, where he had retired it. I mean, we see he slammed the wall there, but something had happened just before that made him get off the track. Oh, there it is. A little bit of a wall tap there. 27 broke loose. Contact. 27 broke loose and saved it. 42 hit the wall. 96 drives on by. So Hahn already jumping his car to the pits. That's going to be an automatic 3 minutes. He's not being reported out so far. Actually, no, he is reported out. So Hahn and Hansen have officially retired from the race here tonight. Two drivers out early. J.J. Moore in the pack. Number 5 there on your screen. He is 16 laps down at this point in time. The race kind of over for him. He's really just here for points, so he doesn't fall down on that leaderboard, but still probably not the way he's wanted this race to go. Looking to the lead right now. Mark Morton back out into the lead. He really needs this race to finish within the top 3, top 5 even. He needs to finish in front of a lot of other drivers right now to hopefully push himself up higher in points. The 99 and the 4, even though they are not the same manufacturer, we have noticed they tend to work really good together with these draft packs. And I feel like that also kind of goes with Mark Morton driving for DCR last season. Corey Rainey, David Callahan, and Mark Morton were pretty close off and on the track. So they do have a lot of respect to each other on the track and off the track. And normally when we see them work together, they seed pretty high in a finishing position here. So you got to wonder if some of that's going to correlate into tonight. I know we saw it at the Super Speedway. You know, Rainey was mixed in with Steel City there, and they were doing really good in the draft packs. It seemed like wherever they moved, you know, Rainey followed and vice versa, and it really helped their position, of course, fighting for the lead at the end, and a wreck came out. None of them finished where they should have, but, you know, all in all, the 99 and the 4 have always worked pretty well together when they are linked up on the field, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now. 12 laps to go now. Mark Morton currently in the lead. He has been on a roll tonight. He's led 26 laps out of 69. Corey Rainey sitting in second right now has led 7 laps himself. Owen Lax in third, fighting for second right now, has led 10. Stephen Hollingsworth in fourth has led 17. And Aaron Ramon behind has not touched the lead at all tonight. But he has started in 20th position and is all the way up to P number 5, 15 up from where he started. So still a pretty good race for Ramon right now. It is getting pretty close here. Lax making a pass for second. 11 laps to go. We might see the preservation of Lax's tires start to prevail here as he is going to get a position there on Morton. Now he's going to be fighting for the lead spot with 11 laps to go. Rainey going to be back up to second there. Fighting on the inside of the 40. He's going to dive down. They're going to try to go 3 wide here. Morton not going to be able to dive all the way down. That's going to kind of hurt his line just a little bit. Not too bad. Rainey with no draft help or an option to get back in. He's going to fall down to fourth now. 10 laps to go. Lax going to dive way early into the corner. He'll take the lead. We've seen it so far. The 99 of Morton will get that back. Well, we just popped in to Steel City Racing. Mark Morton not really worried about the stage win here right now. He has said last pit strategy, we have had a little bit of insight. Lax's tires were about 10% less than his, so these tires are getting down to the 20s and 30% by the end of these 40-lap runs. So there's really going to be a big difference going into these last 70 laps right now. All is well on the side of the 99. He is not too worried about the stage finish right now. His biggest concern is about points, as he is barely in the cutoff spot if the playoffs were to happen today. Of course, the race win will be a big, big move for him. But, you know, he's still happy with wherever he can finish out tonight. Now 5 more laps to go in stage number 1. Number 2. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Owen Lax really the favorite right now to possibly go ahead and claim stage number 2. Race Control having a pretty easy night in the skies. Only one caution. We had a minor wreck that didn't cause a caution, as it washed off the track and everybody was able to save it. Now looking forward to the rest of this race with 3 laps to go, this time by the line. The 8 of Ramon making a dive, trying to pass the 40. He is going to be in the lead. Did it give him the laps led there? That is the biggest question. It did. Ramon officially 1 lap led tonight as he had the lead as he crossed the line. Now 3 to go. Lax going to try to make another dive. You saw the 99 kind of shake a little bit. He thought about going down with Lax to begin with. And said, nah, let me stay up here for a little bit longer. Let me not lose that position. Best thing the 99 could do is probably stay behind that 8, use his draft, and box Lax out of that second place position. Lax not going to drop down low there. Tires are 8 up, you can tell. Driver's not really going down to that low side anymore. They're trying to stay comfortable on the high side. You can definitely tell now. Two to go. One to go this time across the line for stage number 2. We go to stage 3, lap 80, about to start now. Ramon leading the last 3 laps here. It seems like he'll have the tires to win the stage. Coming out of turn 2 now to the back stretch. They are falling off behind just a little bit. They were at the bumper of Ramon. Now they are well off pace. 99 of Morton going to move up to second place. There is going to be no fight behind for the 8 of Aaron Ramon. 1 to go. Coming out of 4 to the straightaway. The number 8 of Aaron Ramon is going to win stage number 2. Morton is going to be awarded with the second place finish. Lax in 3rd, Rainey in 4th, and Isaiah Fox rounding out your top 5. We have just seen an unprecedented run from the number 8 of Aaron Ramon. Of course, stage 2 now officially finished. Stage 3 is going to be 70 laps of racing. We're going to take another quick commercial break. We'll be back at the start of stage 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back. Naras Cup Series at the Pure Michigan 300 here at the Michigan Speedway.
victory lane. We are eyes on the leader now. What a victory this will be! Next flag is going to end. Does he have another? No! A dominant performance. They're going to say no, baby. Let's go! You got to earn this thing. It is all on the table.
We are back here live at Michigan. Tyler Jones alongside Kenny Schwartz in the booth here tonight. If you're just tuning in now, you're crazy. You've missed one hell of a race so far, but we still appreciate you tuning in late to the race. Make sure you go back and rewatch this race because this is one for the books. This Michigan race tops last year's race by a landslide. Also, if you already have it, there's only 3 votes in the chat. What are we doing, people? There's 13 people watching here on YouTube. Vote for who you think is going to win the race tonight. I mean, we still have stage 3. It's not out of the question. Peter Hoppy, Fisher, Lax, or Lewis. I mean, we have seen a dominant run from Lax. There's only 4 votes right now. 4 votes, people. And it is a 50-50 split right now between Lax and Lewis. 5 votes, 6 votes. I won 13 votes. I'm going to keep up with it. We only have 6 votes now. I'd like to see 13 before this poll closes. It's been up for an hour. You guys are sleeping. We're about to go back green here now. It's going to be on the number 8 of Aaron Ramon. He'll take the green flag to start stage number 3. Six votes after that. It is putting Owen Lax as the winner by 50%. Lucas Lewis in second with 33%. Jordan Fisher in third with 17%. Those will probably change throughout the night. We will keep up with it. We hope you guys on the evening tide will continue to vote. Of course, if you're on the Twitch side, make sure to hit that follow button. Turn your post notifications on for when we go live. Appreciate the 7 of you watching us here. I know this isn't the home of Naras, but we do appreciate you tuning in with us as well here on the Twitch side of things. Lap 6 right now of stage 3. Aaron Ramon falling down to 16th place, probably trying to save some tires. 67 to Hollingsworth. Going to jump back up to the lead early on. Mark Morton in the 99, holding second place strong. And now, something has kicked into high gear for him. The 88 of Joshua Mason up to 5th place, but by himself on that bottom line, trying to hold it all together. He is now up within the top 5. Well, there was a little bit of contact to the bumper. Getting it going good. No issue there. Looking at the ARN blimp cam in the sky. What a lovely sight to see all these drivers being friends for once. Not causing any insult to injury there. We're watching the 4 cars just fall back positions. He is now back in 5th. Joshua Mason still in 4th place. 17 positions up from where he qualified tonight. In second now is going to be Aaron Ramon. Burning tires off pretty early. 67 Stephen Hollingsworth. Apparently no one gave them the memo. You're going to burn tires fast here. You're going to want to conserve some tires at the start of this stage to a long stage. Of course, there's probably going to be cautions that come out at the end of this stage. But we're not trying to have them early. We're not trying to burn our tires early to have a green flag pit stop that's going to put us a lap down and could also possibly trap us depending when that caution comes out, if there will be one. So, of course, we're going to have to watch and see. I have no idea what you're trying to say, Phil. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I have no idea how that correlates to the race you're watching right now. Stephen Hollingsworth out by about 1.5 seconds to the 10th place sitter of Isaiah Fox. Is now Jeffrey Bourne's going to make the move up to 10th. Sitting behind him is going to be the 5 of J.J. Moore. He is still 16 laps down. The 22 of Davis was out, or is out now at lap 82. He has retired the vehicle. Now we're going at 96. That's for Steel City Racing. Started in 10th, he's up to 9th. They are 3 wide back there in 10th. Jordan Fisher not too far behind in 12th right now. He's only up 1 position. When you say it like that, that makes more sense now. Makes a lot more sense now. Well, speaking of both of them, Lucas Lewis sitting in the top 5 spot. Just behind him in 5th is going to be Owen Lax. Or in front of him, excuse me, behind him is going to be Lucas Lewis. There was a little bit of contact to the wall there that kind of just broke up those top 5 drivers. Now they are trying to fight back for that position. Lax was on that bottom side for a minute there, behind the 88 of Mason, his old teammate from season 1. Lax probably wanting to get around the 88 of Mason, as they have been in a lot of race-ending cautions at the end of the races these last few weeks. So 40 and the 88 probably don't want to be anywhere near each other right now.
Looking at the weather right now, Fade has access to that screen. We're going to show you right now. It is 79 degrees in the air, 45% humidity. Fade, what are the track temps looking like for drivers right now?
Right now, it looks like our sensors are reading about 107 Fahrenheit for our track temperature, which is definitely up there.
That's probably where we're seeing a lot of this tire wear come from. I mean, it's about midday in the sim right now. Does it seem to, is it, you know, do we have temperatures for future cast? Does it seem like it's going to kind of go up higher, or is it been baseline 107 right now?
As of right now, it looks like it's going to stay around the 107, as the weather's going to stay around that 79 to 80 mark, and it's not really going to get any higher than that. So they won't really have to deal with any hotter temperatures, it seems like, but it is still going to stay hot.
I mean, 107 is crazy track temps for a day race here at Michigan. I mean, that's probably where we've seen a lot of this tire wear come from. You know, 170 degrees, these tires are going, what, 167 in the corners. I mean, top speed's about 190. seeing 196 for about mid-pack. So, I mean, I think that's our highest rated speed of the night is 196. Stephen Hollingsworth, 198 from Corey Rainey, who's now currently your leader. So, I mean, 198 miles an hour, crazy embankment turns here, practically 100% on throttle. A majority of this race on the straightaways, this is where we're having this crazy chew up on these tires come from, which is you're kind of seeing these packs slowly but surely fade away and fade off, and you know it's kind of crazy to think 107 degrees on the track. The Hills boys are sweating in those race suits right now. Pray their cooling systems don't fail.
And you know, that's probably one of the higher temperatures that they will deal with an entire season even. Because even when you go to places like Texas and stuff, you typically run those races at night, so it's a little bit of a cooler condition. So this is probably going to be one of the hottest tracks that they will touch within the season.
Well, I mean, I'm not too sure about that. I mean, this is the afternoon race. We have the Dover race in the afternoon, the Daytona race, the fall, our fall race for Daytona, quote unquote, will be at sunset. But then, I mean, we still have the Indy race to do in the afternoon, and Nashville will be at the evening, so that should help. Our next Charlotte race will be at the evening. I don't know. I feel like we might still have at least one or two pretty hot races. Even Homestead, that's going to be at sunset. But before that sun goes down, that track will probably help. You might be right, though. This might be the hottest race at this point in time in the season. We might not have it hotter, of course. Now that we have forecasted weather, we'll probably keep up with this at the start of the races, about mid-race, and see if it falters at the end now. As long as we keep paying for the forecasted weather here at the track. Now, someone's told him something. The 88 amazing man. I'm going to lead 20 positions up from where he started. This is really a turnaround for Mason now. What he's needed, I mean, he has not found himself in victory lane yet. I really feel like we haven't seen many top fives from so far this season. Now trying to get it done here with the 4 car of Corey Rainey, not letting him run away with it. That's 20 out of 70 right now. Mason in the lead, Rainey in second, Fox is in third, Lucas Lewis in fourth, Charlie Bennett rounding out your top 5, Mark Morton just outside in sixth, side by side with Aaron Ramon. About single file here so far. Since we're at lap 20, partner, I believe you have it in front of you. Let's take a look at the points. The Charlotte set.
Well, after Charlotte there, we have 13th place with Mark Randall getting plus 64 for holding steady and rallied for some consistent finishes, but he still needs some better finishes if he wants a chance to lock himself in the points, and that is Mark Randall in 13th position after last week at Charlotte. In 15th, Kyle Sims has got 11 more points, has been quiet all season, won the duel all the way back at Daytona, but hasn't been doing a whole lot since. When will his time come? And back in 14th, Jeffrey Bourne with plus 25 has made some major point gains in the recent weeks to get above the cut line, but can he keep up that consistency to stay above the cut line? And back in 16th, Joshua Hahn with a plus 5, showing improving results week after week, and Race Chatter has been showing some slight muscle that could be a threat later on in the season.
Now, looking at Randall after Charlotte, he was sitting at 13th. He's officially moved up into the top 10, sitting at 9th now, still as a full-time driver with no win. Jeffrey Bourne at 13th place at that point in time has moved himself up 2 positions to now sit at 12th with no wins. At Kyle Sims like you said, awarded at 15th. Sims now currently sitting 2 positions up in 13th. And then Joshua Hahn in 16th, now sitting 2 positions up as well in 14th. So some pretty good moves out of that first group there, finishing from Charlotte. I mean, I feel like the highest mover out of all of them is going to be Mark Randall at this point in time. Of course, we have a lot more moves that will definitely happen after tonight as well. But right now, all eyes are on the 4-car of Corey Rainey, as there is a lot of RVR chatter in chats right now. Drivers have been waiting for RVR's breakout moment for the owner, the number 4 of Corey Rainey, your Season 2 champion, your reigning and defending Season 2 champion. He's only led 13 laps of this race right now. He has had the points lead without a win for weeks. Just got dethroned by Owen Lax, who had a 2-point deficit last week with his win at the Patriotic 350. Now Rainey back 25 points, but he had that points lead with no win compared to Owen Lax's 2 wins on the season so far. 448 to 423 is the difference for the RVR driver, sitting in first place right now, but second on the points board. Of course, you know, looking back at those Charlotte points, started in 17th at that point in time was Peter Hoppy. He lost 5 after joining the Cup Series late. He's been making a name for himself in the Cup Series after starting 4 races late and in 17th. Now Hoppy, I believe, is sitting in 15th, so another person 2 positions up. And then, of course, coming into that race in 18th, finishing in 16th position on points after Charlotte, would be Brendan Carroll. He's down 18 after missing a few races. He has fallen in the points, but is looking to make major improvements here at Michigan. Now, a lot has happened in the last week. I mean, I feel like it's been pretty eventful the last few weeks here now. I mean, Brendan Carroll not having the best race he's wanted so far. He's in 15th place after having that solo spin by himself with a little bit of contact from the 99. In stage 1, about 15 laps in. He has no draft pack assistance right now as he is on the front stretch. He's about 8 seconds behind the leader of Corey Rainey. You know, so he will be going a lap down. The person that's a lap down right now is Owen Lax. I believe Lax might have pitted. Lax pitted at lap 97, so yes, Lax being the first one to pit for this stage. I don't know how much that's going to help him. He might be praying for a caution now, as he is the first person to lap down, so he'll get his lap back. I mean, we still have a few drivers that are out. Carton Hansen retired the car early just due to, I guess, pacing. There wasn't a wreck from him. 22 of Davis with the same. 42 of Hahn hit the wall, lost his toe on the right side. Decided that that would be the end of the night for him. Michael Kennedy as well is out, and right now JJ Moore still on the track, 16 laps down in the midst of lead lap traffic. Of course, 19th as well for Charlotte points. We have Jordan Auden. He's minus 54. Biggest question, is there any help left for that 92? He's not even on the track here tonight, which isn't going to help him. He's had more DNFs this season than he's had finishes. The 92 is officially on life support with 14 races left to go until the playoffs. The time is now to make those gains, but unfortunately not going to gain anything here tonight as he is not on the field. And of course, the 20th position, Kenneth Paulson, down 62 points. He is here tonight, sitting in 9th place right now in that 18. Is it too late for him? I mean, no. Of course, not Kyle Busch, but Kenneth has had some recent strength, but no results to show for it on the points board. He said Michigan is one he's had struggle to make those gains late in the regular season. But I mean, right now, sitting in ninth, not the worst gains, but also not where you probably want it to be when you're sitting in a pretty big points deficit situation right now. Lap 32 out of 70 here for stage 3, 112 laps in the history books here tonight. The 09 of Isaiah Fox currently in the lead, and Mark Morton in second, Corey Rainey in third. After leading a few laps, drivers need to start conserving their tires here, as we're going to have pit cycles come up soon. They're probably going to split at about 40 and 30, so they know they can make it at the end. The biggest thing is coming in with draft assistance. You don't want to go in alone and then you're praying for a caution or the pit cycles to happen, because if you go in alone, you're going to lose a lot of time staying out on that track. It's kind of what we're seeing from Lax right now. Lax is down an entire lap by himself, I believe on the back stretch now, as these drivers are going into the front stretch. So he's almost a whole half a track around these drivers. They're in 1 and 2 going to the back stretch. Lax is looking to be in 3 and 4, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I mean they're pretty far around the track compared to where he is right now. I mean, there's going to be a lot of time difference that's going to need to be made up while they're going into pits, and then of course he's going to be on older tires than what they're going to be, so they're going to catch back up to him. I mean, it's a game of cat and mouse. You don't want to pit too early, but you also don't want to pit too late and not have that assistance as well.
Well, and I'll be honest here, partner, I was trying to go back in some of the footage and kind of figure out maybe a reason behind Lax going in so early. And really all that I could find was him making a little bit of contact with the outside wall, and didn't even really seem like it was enough to make a huge difference. But after he made contact with the outside wall, he went in a lap later. The problem that I'm going to see for Lax is with the pitting stages, about 35 to 40 laps for these guys. He pitted so early, he might still have to go back in one more time.
Well, I mean, looking at his pit time right now, we saw he went in at lap 97. He was in his stall for 44 seconds and 44.316 seconds. So that does signal to me that he had some damage on his car and took that damage off. It was probably optional of 30 seconds worth of damage. So that would be the 30-second damage takeoff, and then about 13 for his pit cycle on tires. We're already seeing laps. Drivers come in now. Lucas Lewis, Charlie Bennett, Fisher, all into pits now. We are still well into the green flag pit cycles now. 3 drivers. That is not going to be much draft assistance, but there will be some for those drivers. So now the biggest question is going to be, who is going to be the next drivers to come in now, and how many drivers are going to be within that pack? I mean, partner, you know, we've seen a lot of back and forth throughout the weeks. We've seen a lot of dominant drivers so far on the points. Multiple people take multi-wins so far this season. But I mean, talking championship favorites, who is standing out to you as a championship favorite?
I mean, obviously you got Corey Rainey, and it's hard to deny that one with the fact that he's consistently within a top 5 almost every single week. It still hasn't got a win, but that is just a matter of time for somebody like Corey Rainey. And especially with the season that he had last year, really just crawling himself back to that championship to win it. You can never count him out, especially with the fact that he's got the lead as of right now.
You know, and I will agree with you on that. Corey Rainey is a good pick. I mean, of course, you're reigning defending Season 2 champ. Coming into Season 3, you would like to see him go back-to-back. I mean, at this point in time, though, last year, Rainey did have a win about 4 weeks into the season. You know, he's had top 5s, like you said, consistent, but sitting second in points now with 0 wins. It was a very close call for him to even get into that playoff situation. He actually knocked out the 99 of Mark Morton at Martinsville, the elimination race, in a must-win situation to even get to that playoff spot. Of course, you know, when it comes down to it, he does have that option to prevail. So, I mean, I can see your pick for him there. But it's going to be pretty close this year, if not closer than it was last year, for that 4 to go back-to-back. I mean, me personally, it's really hard to call right now. I mean, looking at momentum from a lot of drivers, I mean, one driver that should still have that momentum would be the 99 of Mark Morton, 100% unbiased when I say this right now. You know, Mark Morton was a really big favorite last year to get the championship spot. He won like 5 to 6 races last year. Should have had about 7 to 10, maybe 7 to 9 on the regular season list. Got a lot of those stolen from him, and unfortunately got eliminated at that race from Martinsville. He was only a 13-point different with Corey Rainey being in that win situation. You know, I would like to see Morton make it to that Final Four this season and move on. Of course, Mason, Coulson, Sims, and Hoppy went into pits that time. We got Morton coming in solely. That might not be good for him, as he's going to be out of the draft help, but it also might help as not many cars have been in this time, maybe about 7 cars. 9 to 10 cars have been in, so we still got about 5 cars that haven't pitted. Mark Randall going to be in now, so that might help the 99. Of course, there's going to be a slight speed difference on them because the 00 is still yet to hit his pit box. 99 should be exiting soon. Still have drivers on track that have yet to pit. That is going to be the 09 of Fox, the 4 of Rainey, who's going to go in this time. 82 of Jeffrey Bourne. 96 of Jeffrey Bourne still out. And the 7 of Brandon Carroll still have yet to pit. For me personally, I would say if Mark Morton can pull it in, I feel like he has the option for a championship run this season. Like I said, minus 13 points, got knocked out by a must-win situation. Could have been a very different championship 4 last season. And you know, as long as everything goes good for him this year, and he's able to pull himself up and stay within that top 22, I say he's going to be another contender to go pretty deep and far into this playoff. Jeffrey Bourne and Brandon Carroll have yet to go in. Bourne getting a lap lead for himself here. Been in the lead for about 2 laps now. 96 Bass Pro Shop. Bass Pro Shop Winchester Austin Dillon scheme. Holy hell. I've only been doing this for a year. Apparently I can't talk. Brandon Carroll going to be in pits this time. Just the 96 of Bourne for Steel City has yet to pit at 42 of 70. Now he's going to come in this time. I feel like the pack is going to be pretty spread out. We're going to go to the blimp cam and look at who's going to cycle out to be our leader. That is going to be the 67 of Stephen Hollingsworth, Charlie Bennett, and Lucas Lewis not too far behind. Then it's going to be Joshua Mason with a pack behind him. Aaron Ramon passing the 40 of Lax like he's standing still. Mark Morton there as well. Then it goes back to Isaiah Fox, Kenneth Coulson, Kyle Sims, Corey Rainey, Fisher. They're actually pretty close. They're a lot closer than I thought for the top 12. Vergara about 28 seconds off of the leader's pit time. Mark Randall, 38 seconds off of the leader. Brendan Carroll in 15, 40 seconds off the leader. Lax, 52 seconds off the leader's pace.
Well, you know that Hollingsworth has got to, sooner or later, he's going to start feeling that heat coming on, because the group of Lucas Lewis and them are coming up, and there's about 5 or 6 of them, and they are making some headway on him right now.
Lucas Lewis and Mason in tow, 3 and 4 right now. They are going to catch up to Hollingsworth, who is kind of by himself on the track. Oh, I'm sorry, that is Charlie Bennett and Lucas Lewis in tow. Josh Mason has got a 4-5 car behind him, 8 seconds disconnected from the leader. They're actually gaining tenths
at least up right now. They need to kind of get this groove together, get this single file working a little bit more efficiently. I mean, personally, if I was that leader of that pack, if I was the 88, I would kind of check up a little bit and go over the radio and go, hey guys, we need to go single file. We're 8 seconds from the leader, now 7.8. We need to catch this leader before we're fighting. You know, I don't think where we're at right now, a caution will re-rack this field, but I do not think these drivers are going to have to go in for another set of tires. Could be wrong.
No, you are right about that one, partner. We're about 25 laps here from the finish, so they shouldn't really have much of a reason to go in, being that the pitting cycle was around 35 to 40.
I kind of expected that too. You know, I said that earlier in the stage 3, that I feel like they're going to go 40 and 30. You know, push to 40 laps for your first tire run, because you know stage 1 and 2 we're at 40 laps. So these guys know how the run is going to be for that first set of tires at 40 laps even. Anything after 40 laps is going to be unknown to them, as you know. Our first 2 stages were only 40, so they knew what they needed to do to make that first 40 laps, and then that last 30 laps are going to be a breeze, because they're kind of breaking stage 3 up into 2 extra stages. If that makes sense. You know, stage 1 and 2 were 40 laps, so they're going to start the first little stint of stage 3 at 40 laps, and then finish the second stint of stage 3 with about 30 laps left, and kind of split the stage about as even as possible, which is going to give you pretty good runs at the end. I mean, we're seeing it right now. We're following the pack. The 88 of Joshua Mason is leading. 99 of Mark Morton now currently leading that pack as he fell off to gain with the leaders behind him. They are 4.9 seconds disconnected from the leaders. You now are starting to slightly see Charlie Bennett and Lucas Lewis in camera shot there. They're only 2 seconds separated from them. So when they pick them up, it'll literally be kill the carrier, and that is going to be the 67 of Hollinsworth in the lead by himself, now currently entering turn 1.
Well, then you know that Hollingsworth is just probably trying to drive the doors off the thing right now, just trying to stay ahead of everyone and keep that speed going.
I mean, that's going to be the name of the game for him right now. He's got nothing to gain but everything to lose right now, and I kind of figured this was going to happen. I mean, 48 laps out of 70 left. We're almost at that 25 mark, like you said, partner, and it is getting really close here. I mean, they're going to catch him before the end of this race. That is inevitable. I mean, look at the lead that Morton has now to Lucas Lewis and Charlie Bennett. They are literally 1.3 seconds distant from them. I mean, they are going to catch. It's going to add another 2 cars onto this pack. These 3 are kind of sitting pretty comfortable in tow with each other right now. I mean, they're still running their lines in the corners, but they are going to be well above speeds as Hollinsworth. I mean, Mark Morton pitted at lap 119. Hollinsworth pitted at lap 112. So they're going to have fresher tires than the current leader for the end of this race. Those few laps are going to make a difference on what they can burn compared to the 67 Hollinsworth that's probably pedaled to the floor right now, trying to keep that distance. But of course, it's not going to happen as he has no car to draft with. Now, I'm going to give you guys a few seconds before I load the YouTube channel back up and look at this. We still have 20 laps left. We only have 7 votes with 12 people watching. Your driver might not be on the poll list, I guess. Right now, there's 57% saying that Owen Lax is going to win this race. Lax right now needs a caution. He is literally in 17th place, a lap down. He's 1 minute 35 seconds disconnected from the leader. He is 2 laps down actually right now. So he needs 2 cautions to get himself back on the lead lap. That might be a difficult feat for him at this point in time in the race.
Looks like the group of Mark Martin, Isaiah Fox, and Joshua Mason have finally caught up to Charlie Bennett and Lucas Lewis now. That turns into a 5-man pack, and Hollingsworth is still just looking in that rear view, terrified of what is coming up behind him.
Now looking at the in-car cam, the roll bar cam of that 99. It might get loud, I don't know. You can see the 67 in the windshield. It is right there right now for the 99 of Mark Morton. The lead is just 1 whole second away, about 1.1 seconds away now. It is down to the wire for the 67. He is going to have to block somebody if he wants to hold this lead. It is also going to be hard for him to block somebody with all of the speed he has. You just saw him clip the wall there a little bit going into 3 and 4. That's going to cost him a lot of time. They're now under about a 0.5 of a second back at a lap 53. This is getting really close. This has been a really good race so far. Now the question is, who's going to take it from the pack that we have? Is the 67 going to be able to go in their draft and get the run at the last few laps? Is the 99 of Mark Morton going to get out in front and dominate the rest of this race? Is the 09 of Isaiah Fox going to pull a rabbit out of the hat and get this win at the last minute? Is the 24 of Lucas Lewis going to take another win on the regular season here? Is it going to be the 88 of Joshua Mason's first win on the season? Or are we going to see Charlie Bennett do something and put himself in victory lane? I mean, there's a lot right now that really could happen. I mean, even closer, the 8 of Ramon and Corey Rainey are only 2 seconds off of the leader's pace right now. Kyle Sims in the 28 with the 18 of Coulson is only 5 seconds back. Bourne is only 17 seconds back, but he's by himself. So it feels like at the top 10 spot, that's really where the fall-off's going to be. But I mean, once again, Mark Morton now to the lead as he passes the 67. The 09 is going to pass the 67. And there goes the 67 off your camera as the leader. Some are saying sayonara in their heads as they didn't want him to win. But now it is going to be tough for the rest of this race. Of course, a caution is going to re-rack the field. You're going to see drivers go down for another fresh set of tires. They're not going to need the gas. But the question is, who takes this race for themselves?
And you know, Mark Morton been very dominant here all night. He knows that he needs a victory at this point in the season because he's been having so many troubles. And he is really just trying his best right now, hoping that PC is hanging on for dear life.
Well, he said he thinks he figured out his situation earlier when I went to go jump in. I took the headset off and jumped on with my guys down there in the cars. He thinks it was an HDMI cord that was giving him a problem. So he said he changed his HDMI cable, and so far so good. Of course, we're going to knock on wood for him right now as there's 15 left to go in this race. He has led a predominant 30 laps of this race so far. Stephen Hollingsworth in third has led 40 laps of this race. Isaiah Fox has led 20 laps of this race. Lucas Lewis in fourth has only led 1 lap. Mason behind him in fifth has led a lap. Everybody in the top 5 has tasted the lead. Right now in seventh is Corey Rainey, who's led 16. He's still searching for the first win. You got Mark Morton searching for the 3rd win for himself on the season. And it's a needed win for him as well, as it'll give him a really big boost on points, and it'll really solidify, Mark's 2nd win of the season. You know, so right now, you got a lot of drivers up here that still need their first win. They're trying to lock themselves in playoffs. That would be the 67 of Hollingsworth. That's also going to be the 88 of Mason. You had Lucas Lewis has already won. 1 time, would be 2, but he had that win taken away from him. So you got Lucas trying to go back for what would be 2 wins. And then, you know, Charlie Bennett, who has yet to touch victory lane, that would really solidify himself in the playoffs right now as a full-time driver in the 08. I mean, he's sitting 4th on points, or third on points right now. I mean, that would boost him up a little bit, but the person that needs it the most out of everybody is this 99, as he's sitting at the cutoff if the playoffs were to start today. Isaiah Fox about on the same rhythm as that 99 there. This is literally a nail biter. If any of your drivers are within the top 5, it is a nail biter for me as a team owner with my driver in the lead. Thankfully, my son is with the in-laws, so if he does win and I get loud, I'm not going to get yelled at for it. So, I mean, that's the positive here tonight.
I didn't even think about that one, partner. I was just.
I mean, it's 10:35. If I was this loud right now with him asleep, oh boy, I would have had a. Oh boy, we're not even going to talk.
I think
about
you'd
it.
have a nod on the head from the wife right now.
It probably would have been the last time you guys would have ever heard from me live. I might not have been breathing. 10 laps to go. This time crossed the line. The 99 still in the lead. He's holding on strong as they're in 1 and 2 now. It's going to be 10 to go when they cross the line next time. Top 6 drivers all holding on for dear life. The one that's holding on the most right now is the 09 of Isaiah Fox, and we already know Isaiah Fox, how he drives. He's going to make a late stage move with about 1 to go. That's why he's staying on the bumper of the 99. The 99 also, if you notice, not trying to burn his tires right now. He's trying to stay in the 09's draft, pull away from the drivers behind him, and run a median line that's not going to burn too much tires. So if he does need to make a move at the late stages of the race, all the way down to the apron, he'll probably still have some tires to do so.
I will be honest, partner, it is a little surprising right now that you aren't seeing a little bit more aggressive driving by some of these guys with the laps kind of starting to count down here. Seems like everyone's just falling into their groove like they have most of the race and just trying to keep in that groove right now.
Well, I mean, I also think a lot of these drivers know that we are in the window for a crash. We have 10 laps to go, 9 to go this time, cross the line. We are in the window for a possible wreck to happen. We don't know where, we don't know when, but I think these drivers are trying not to be so aggressive now, so they're not the ones in the wreck. Of course, a lot of people are comfortable in points. You know that, of course, you're still going to want that position, but I feel like where the tires are at right now, it also might be hard to gain that position, so they're not trying to overly aggressively drive it until the last 2 laps to go, where they might be able to gain a position or so. But the pack also might be pretty spread out to the point where you really can't gain anything anymore.
You might be very right about that one, partners. Mark Randall there just got passed up by the front markers, going a lap down. That'll be his first lap down for the race.
Everybody up to 14th place. The only drivers on the lead lap anymore. 15th back are either out of the race or a lap down. Mark Randall being the first one with 8 to go now into 3 and 4. We are going to go 7 laps this time past the line. The 09 of Isaiah Fox still sitting in second. 24 of Lucas Lewis now starting to make a run back up to the lead. We have seen the 09 and the 24 get into it before. Will they have another situation here at the last laps of the race trying to pass each other for a lead position? We know the 09 is not going to let anybody pass him. He will block. We know the 09 and the 24 will block a driver, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have to hold your position. You shouldn't just let anybody past you. But we have seen some unfortunate situations between both of these drivers this season, so I wonder if they're going to race each other aggressive here, or if we're going to see a little bit of leeway between these two cars in second and third.
Well, and right now is very much the time where you got to throw those past aggressions with people aside, because that could cost you the race. You just need to drive the car.
Well, hoping that is going to be the lesson, or hoping that lesson has already been learned between both of those drivers before the green flag of this race. And they've already been in hot water before. They've been to hell and high water, but you know, it's been smooth sailing so far from them. 67 of Hollinsworth is going to catch up now to the rear of the 24. I don't know if he's still got it in him to do anything. We got 5 laps left to go this time across the line. It is the 99, the 09, the 24, the 67, and the 08 all in the top 5 right now. The 09 on the bumper of the 99. I think they're trying to drive away from this 24 a little bit. Fox does not want to have to block Lucas. I feel like if you're the 09, you can't let him go, but you also can't block too egregious.
I think for the 09 right now, he's really just hoping that Mark presses on that gas pedal a little bit more.
I mean, you see him bumping Mark there in the corners a little bit. 5 to go now. Fox might be confident and comfortable trying to just keep the 24 away from him. I wish we could talk to the 09. I technically can't go try to talk to that driver and see how he's feeling about the 24. There's 4 laps to go. I'm not trying to screw up a driver's head right now and to be the reason for the situation.
That's probably a smart move, brother, as your driver is in the lead, and they could try and claim that there was a bias there and that you tried to purposely distract him.
Well, I'll wait for Fox. I mean, right now it seems like this is going to be the top 3 no matter how it goes. As 4th and 5th are kind of falling off pace a little bit here. So we'll talk to them regardless. The 24 is kind of on the inside of the 09. He backed off a little bit. 3 to go now. It is literally a nail biter. You probably don't have nails on your fingertips anymore after these last 148 laps. This has been a immaculate stage 3 so far, as we are literally almost just 10 minutes shy of 2 hours of racing. The 09 of Isaiah Fox going to make a jump around the 99 for the lead. We knew it was going to happen at the late stages of the race. We just didn't know when.
The 99 of Mark Morton not letting that fly. He is right on his tail, going into 1 and 2 with 2 to go. Sorry, 2 to go.
Now, the 09 needs to be careful here, though, because you saw he was blocking. He was mirror driving a little bit too much there. That can cause a wreck in the top side. I mean, if a driver has the run, let the driver take the run. You're going to have to beat him on the straightaways. Morton leaving a little bit of a gap here. You got to wonder if his tires are falling off or if he's trying to make a slingshot maneuver happen. The 09 up and down the track. I don't know if that's a legal move. I think you can only break draft about once per lap. I'm not sure if that is the situation here or not. We haven't had a call out like that before. White flag in the air now. 09 currently in the lead. 99.15 behind. 09 is going down, breaking clean air. That's only catching time up to Morton. Going into 3 and 4, I don't think he's going to be able to get him. He is not going to be able to get him. He is doing everything to break clean air. Just drive the car, man. You already got the win. 09 of Isaiah Fox going to take the win here tonight after a good race. The 99 of Mark Morton is going to finish in 2nd place. 24 of Lucas Lewis in 3rd. Stephen Hollingsworth in 4th place. Aaron Ramon rounding out your top 5.
You know, partner, that may not have been the finish that Morton wanted, but it's definitely a lot better than Morton has been doing all season, and I'm sure he's going to be happy with it.
I mean, still a great race. He had an EOL to start the race. Gained literally 21 positions overall on the night. Had multiple laps led. And is now in the comfort zone for the playoffs after the race wins here tonight. You see those drivers congratulating the 09 of Red Tail Racing as Isaiah Fox officially picks up his first win on the season. Now locked into the playoffs. That makes the 7th driver so far this season. Does he have enough gas to burn it down is the question. Of course, we will be getting a top 3 interview from those 3. Like I said, top 3 wasn't going to change at all. Isaiah Fox, Mark Morton, and Lucas Lewis. We will have post-race interviews with all three of those drivers, starting from our third-place driver and finishing with our winner. See Fox parking himself in victory lane there before exiting the car. One hell of a race. We only had one caution out of 150 laps. 29 lead changes. Good Lord. The other two cautions were literally stage break cautions. This was probably the cleanest race we have seen in the last few weeks here.
Yeah, partner. From all the racing that I have seen here in Naras, man, that was some of the cleanest racing possible. To go the whole race with no cautions caused by an actual accident is actually pretty crazy. Two total cautions, and those are literally just the stage breaks.
Isaiah Fox also picking up the fastest lap time at lap number 2 after leading 23 laps. He has taken away the win here, putting Chevy in the victory lane once again. iRacing is saying we have had 31 lead changes overall for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, do not leave. Hang around. You're going to do what you want anyway, but these drivers work hard on a weekly basis to produce the product for you, and I know they would appreciate it if you stuck around and listened to those post-race interviews. Of course, we're going to start off with our third place finisher. That is going to be the 24 of Lucas Lewis. We're going to go ahead and get that all set up now. Of course, let's go ahead and pull Lucas in here. Break him from talking to them in the waiting room. And now we're going to get the 24 of Lucas Lewis, our third place finisher.
I can only finish in third this week, apparently.
Apparently, man. Hey, look, it's better than what it's better than what you probably expected to happen. I feel like majority of us expected a caution there at the late stages of the race. We didn't get it. The cleanest race right now, I believe, of the season. We only had one caution this entire race. Of course, you know, you started in 5th. You gained 2 positions, finished in 3rd. Pretty good race for you and everybody else tonight. You had race-winning pace there at times, but unfortunately just couldn't close the deal. Unfortunately, you know, only leading 1 lap as well. So how do you feel about the race here for you tonight?
Oh, I felt great. I felt like we were super fast all day. Helping out Owen because he was really the only Chevy up there with us was pretty cool. Great to help out a friend. Really wish the teammates would have helped. No, I'm not dissing JJ and Jordan. But it's just getting a little frustrating when you have a faster pace of a car and you can't get past somebody because they won't let you by because you know you're faster than them, but they just decided to keep on the outside. That's the only thing that kept making me mad. But this number 24 Go Bowling machine was fast. I wore a race suit, the full suit, until stage 3 until it got way hot. And so during the stage 2 pit stop, I had to take it off.
Oh god.
Very, very interesting. So I won't blow my pit crew that time for messing me up. But yeah, it was super fun. I enjoyed it. I wish that I could be here full time like this, because if I can get this every week, I think we can be a champion contender by the end of the year.
First off, you and Lax are different breeds, man. I don't get how you sit in a chair with a full-on pit crew suit for an entire race. You guys are different breeds, man. Now, you know, looking at the weather here tonight, It was 79 degrees in the air. Track temps were 107. I know tires were getting ate up on that concrete racing surface. How did you feel it was having to combat the tires as well as staying within the draft and keeping up with the pack you were in at times?
It felt tight. The lowest I got my right front tire was to 22.
Good lord.
Better than Josh's. Josh said he got his right front tire down to 5. Don't know how he did that, but I mean, it really. I think Corey really opened the door of you can send it, get as much position as possible, and then you can just keep it there because of the draft. So I can't wait. Maybe next season, maybe different. I don't know. All I know is this number 24, the Global Machine was fast all day in the draft. I just never got to clean air in the lead and try to hold off there. But all in all, I say it's a pretty great day.
Now, of course, coming into this race, you had a lot on the line here. You having that win taken away at Watkins Glen, going back down to one win, just outside of the top 10 before we started here. Of course, locked into the playoffs as well, but, still wanting to make that run for a championship. 141 points back before the start of this race. Do you feel like you have that opportunity for that regular season championship, or right now is it trying to get as many bonus points and playoff points as possible, awaiting the first round of 16 race at Chicagoland?
It's all about getting points. With the way that my job works, I miss like every other week, so I won't be here next week for Dover. Thank goodness. Well, for the cup race anyway. So it's all about getting these stage points and these playoff points because that's what messed me up in the first season here, and that's what helped me get to the championship last season. So it's all about playoff points and trying to get those extra points. Now, all those points I got, the playoff points I got from Watkins Glen, it would be nice to have those back, but looking back at it, I mean, it was a stupid move, but I don't feel like it was intentionally reckoned. But it's a stupid move on my part completely. I have learned from it. I've grown from it. And as you see tonight, I ran a clean race, partly, but all I know is I just want to prove to the fans that I'm not the type of guy to go out there and flat out wreck somebody. Last night kind of proved it. I didn't want to win like that. If I would have won that race, I would have outdone a burnout because I don't feel that it's honored enough to accidentally make contact with somebody and then drive away. And then once you win, you do a burnout for that. That's not what my cup of tea is. So all I gotta say is, this R24 was fast, and let's go bowling.
And partner, I normally don't let you, or you normally don't ask questions during the post race. I don't know if he went to the concessions or not. Do you have any questions for him? Well, he might
Wait,
went
what?
to concessions. My part-time, my secondary broadcaster up here.
Oh, okay.
During
I
full
thought you
time.
meant like I had questions
No,
for him. I was like, wait a second, hold on.
I would hope you didn't. I mean, I don't think he's currently here. I think he put the headset down. I don't have eyes on him. Of course, trying to look forward to this race. I mean, this race was really a pivotal point in the season for a lot of drivers that needed points. Of course, there was a lot of competition out there that really needed a good finishing position to kind of gain. Now, of course, the first two stages were 40 and 40 apiece. It's kind of the same rhythm we're always in, where the first two stages are the same, and that third stage is about double. The last stage is about double the first two. How did you feel about breaking down that pitch strategy for that last 70 laps? And did you feel like there was anything different you could have done during that pitch strat to kind of get you in a better position to possibly get that win?
It felt weird. I wanted to be the first on pit road. Then Steven guy became the first on pit road after a little bit of contact between me and him. Uh, that contact was just more racing. I looked back at it and I came down a little bit. He came up a little bit. We just went for the same real estate. But I got a wheel damage from that, which sucked. But honestly, I feel like it helped my car during the longer run, which is weird to say because normally you don't want wheel damage, but it felt way better in the draft area. That's why I was able to help Charlie try to get up to him. but it showed that tires did really matter. Isaiah and them pitted, I think, like 5 laps after us and drove their way back up and got up to us. So I feel like if I was up there towards the lead, I would have done that same strategy. But being a bit far off the pack, I had to change the strategy up. And I just threw down pit road to try to be one of the first ones on pit road, and it seemed to work out in my favor because towards the end there, I started running a little bit faster than Isaiah and Mark. But once they got clear of each other, I knew it was over. So I just focused on trying to maintain this third place so I can have this beautiful interview.
And of course, my partner's unmuted now. I guess he's back from getting a hot dog from the stands. Kenny, you have any questions for our third place finisher?
Well, Lucas Lewis, man, you had a great race tonight. How does it feel, keeping such a consistent season going here and staying good in the point standings?
It feels great. To be close to the top 10 after what has happened this season is awesome because of just all the loss of points. I had to take a provisional at Charlotte because I would miss 3 races in a row and I didn't want to do that. So all in all, just really just feel very confident if this is the run that we're going to get throughout the rest of the season. And let's just say the top 2 are in the championship 4. I win the championship. So, I'm very confident now with this run and showing off this pace. I know it really was a drafting track, but most tracks in the Gen 6 car are drafting tracks. So, hopefully, maybe we can just prove even more that we belong in the top 5 category of Naras, and hopefully, maybe can get back on that top spot and take the win lead away from Owen.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm going to pass it back over to you, Tyler.
All right. First up, as always, God for giving me the opportunity to do this again. It's His plan, and I'm thankful for Him to getting me this third place. Second up, I'd like to thank my family, my parents for always dealing with me. They dealt with me a little bit today. They got on me today, and my grandparents for helping me fund my entire racing career in iRacing. I also want to thank you guys for always streaming these races and giving these fans a good show. If it wasn't for you guys, nobody would have know about this league, about one of the best leagues I feel like right now for Gen 6 wise. And I also like to thank Mrs. and Mr. Owen Lax. Wait, hold on. Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Lax. Mr. Lax gave me a call yesterday. Get my spirits a little bit up, so I now know not to be dejected during interviews. I also like to thank Owen Lax for being a great help today and trying to get me and him into a better spot. I'd like to thank Jordan for funding these cars and funding the series, because if it wasn't for him, none of us would be here. I also like to thank the partners on the car here today. There's a lot of partners. So I won't mention most of them, but Go Bowling for sponsoring this race. Celsius for being one of the best energy drinks on the planet. And I also like to thank Liberty as well for sponsoring as well. Same thing as Spectrum. And I also would like to thank the fans, the virtual fans in attendance right now. And I also like to thank the real fans for sticking it out and watching these races. And I just want to thank the field for showing up and putting these races on.
Are we sure we've got everybody?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds just to make sure.
I'm positive.
3, 2. All right. Well, Lucas, we appreciate you, man, coming out here and doing what you love to do on a weekly basis. Congrats on the top 3 finish. Unfortunately, we're not going to see you at Dover, but we'll see you back at the lottery for Daytona at the Fireworks 350.
Yeah. Oh, man, I can't believe I'm missing Dover. Oh, shucks, dude.
Oh, man, whatever shall you do?
I know.
All right, man, you have a good one.
You too, Tyler.
That was our third place finisher, Lucas Lewis. Moving on to our second place finisher. This is a man that we have not talked to in a few weeks. Someone I am happy to be pulling up here in second place. That is going to be my driver for Steel City Racing, the 99 of Mark Morton.
How we doing, gentlemen?
Great. You got a second place finish, and you've definitely helped yourself a little bit on points right now. So I'm happy that you're back in the fight now. You had a whole night clean, no incidents on hardware, so it seems like you're officially now back in action here.
Yeah, it so far so good. It was just I had some buddies in other league tell me that it could have just been just a bad HDMI. I swapped out an HDMI and she uh she ran good. Like it was it was it kind of did like a little glitch, but I mean no freezes or anything like that. So I mean so far so good. Knock on wood that it does not happen again for the remaining of the season. As long as it doesn't, yeah, I'll be back, ready to action, and work my way back up these points and try to close this 252 point gap that the point leaders have on me.
So I mean, of course, we saw you lead 42 laps of the race here tonight out of 150. Sit your fastest lap on lap 9 with a 39.224. And it seemed like it was going to be your race for a predominant amount of time. Stage 1 and 2, you led a lot. It just didn't get the stage wins, and then of course stage 3, it looked like you had it in the bag, and then there came the '09 of Fox. Did you kind of feel like your tires just didn't have what it took at the end there, or were you not really worried about that position as long as you finished within that top 3?
Well, so once we came out off of the green flag pit stops, I knew it was going to be. I mean, I came out. I was 2 seconds ahead of Isaiah, which helped me, and then I had issues trying to get around Aaron, which closed the gap real quickly, and he was able to get the draft off of Aaron, and then be right on my rear end the last 30 some odd laps. And I came over to comms, and I told him like, look, we have both of us. We have the freshest tires and the fastest cars. Let's just work together to get around these other cars. We're catching them, and as soon as we get around Steven, we get a gap on everybody. That's when we can start duking it out. So big shout out to Isaiah for listening to the strategy and working out in our favor. I knew once we got around Steven and and everybody else, I don't want to say I kind of used up my tires, but at the same time, I didn't really have anything for them. So I mean, like also I kind of was just like, you know what, as much history that him and I have beating door banging um, throughout the season, I figured if he gets a run, I didn't think I was gonna have anything for him, so I was just like, screw it, I'll let him have it. And I try to get another run on the last lap, but I mean he was just able to turn the corner better on exit than I was, and he just walked away with it.
I mean, this race obviously meant a lot to you here, being at the cutoff for points. Now, kind of feeling like you're in that comeback era now with about 14 races left to go. How are we feeling about the Monster Mile as we take on Dover next week?
Oh well, I love Dover as long as the track is pretty good to handle. I should have no issues with figuring out the track. It is a concrete track, so concrete tracks are going to eat the living brakes off of the tires. So it's really going to be a tire saving strategy race and not hitting the wall. Um, so I mean, it all depends on how the race goes. If we have another clean race, it's really going to be interesting to see how everything goes for. Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry, my screen shut off.
Oh God.
As far as strategy, no, it kind of went into sleep mode because I haven't tested it in a while. We're good. Mm, yeah, so I mean, Dover, I love Dover. Sometimes she doesn't love me back, so it's going to be interesting to see how next weekend goes. I'm hoping that it's gonna be in my favor because, like I said, this you might as well open up the dare I say this dirty joke, but you might as well open up the sperm bank because I want my comeback because my comeback's coming. I'm about to work my way through the field, through the points, and try to get as much points, bonus points, laps led, the whole nine, pole as much as I can until the playoffs start.
I mean, looking here tonight, it was a pretty good race. Of course, 107 for the track temps. It was fairly hot on that racing surface. You could have literally cooked an egg at slow pace for the entirety of the race. I did jump in there and talk to you over radio at one point in time and asked you, how the tires were feeling. Did that get worse after that communication between me and you for the first like?
Yes and no. I mean, it didn't matter how much. I mean, I backed off the corner. I was letting off at the start of the black paint going into three, just trying to save tires because I knew everybody would either come to me or um, I would pull away. But the draft played a big part of it. And I really realistically, if you burnt up your tires and you were able to maintain the draft, you still had a fighting chance to pressure the car in front of you. So yes and no, it played a factor, but um, I mean, well, mostly yes, because I mean, even when Lucas and Charlie pitted 4, 5, maybe 6 laps or more ahead of both me and Isaiah and Corey, they were still able to maintain that 4 tenths of a gap behind us coming to the checker.
Now, of course, only one caution here tonight. That was pretty early on. I think that was the situation between you
With
and
me
Brendan
and
Carroll. Yeah.
hmm
Now, with only that one caution, do you feel like it that is really what played a portion of those green flag pit stops at the later stages of the race? I mean, I know a lot of people were pretty comfortable here for stage 1 and 2, is what it seemed. And stage 3, when we kind of hit about 20 laps to go, I kind of was like, this is where we're gonna start seeing any possibility of wrecks. With that green flag pit cycle and kind of pulled everything out. Do you feel like the tire wear here kind of negated those late race cautions possibly coming out?
Yes and no. I mean, even though the tires did play a factor to the race, I mean, you also have a field full of skilled guys. Granted, maybe the past races haven't. I mean, I haven't watched it or know how many cautions were in the last couple of races, but I mean, everybody in this field is above and beyond what we were last season. So I mean, like, there's just the amount of competition that's in here is just absolutely wild. So I mean, even though the tires did play a factor into it, you also have guys, even though they may have bumped doors with each other a time or two in the past, that we also have respect for each other. So I mean, um, it kind of goes hand in hand with the tires as well as the respect that everybody has on the field on the track.
Now, of course, man, before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your weekend, do you got any shout outs you'd like to give to anybody tonight?
Most definitely. So normally, first and foremost, I give you and I think Kenny,
Kenny.
the other guy, yeah, I would give you guys a shout out. But tonight you guys are gonna come in second place, like myself, to my computer for making it through the through the whole entire night without a freeze or anything like that. So I think we're back. Knock on wood. So far, so good. So but now that my shout out to my computer is out the way, I definitely want to give a shout out to you guys for taking time out of your evening to put on a hell of a broadcast week in and week out. Everybody in Naris for putting on a hell of a race. It was fun to dogfight everybody in there. So I mean, like I mean, it was. I mean, you literally had to fight tooth and nail as well as save tires throughout the whole entire race. It didn't matter if it was stage one, stage two. Um, Jeffrey for my teammate, of course, in Steel City for showing up and leading a couple laps. He got a bonus point for leading a lap, so that helps us out a lot. And um, Isaiah for again for being patient with me and toying with me the last I'd say 12 laps of the race, knowing that he was going to pass me. So he just was yanking my chain and doing what he could do just to make me think that I was gonna get away with it. But little does he know, I knew I wasn't gonna get away with it.
Well, of course, man. Good to see you back on the field here tonight, driving the 99. Thankfully, you were able to make the race entirely. Look forward to seeing you at Dover. Unfortunate you couldn't go back-to-back years here at the Pure Michigan 300, but look, second place is better when you're fighting for points right now to make it to the playoffs. I think that's still a victory in the books here tonight. So, congrats on your second place finish, and hopefully we're talking to you as well next week.
Well, hopefully also too. Like I said, the comeback has initiated, so we shall see. I mean, obviously uh, we have other leagues that you broadcast. So as long as it turns out there for right time on Thursdays, I mean, yeah, like I said, the comeback has initiated, and I'm about to bump everybody up ahead of me on these points.
Well, we definitely look forward to seeing it up here, brother, and hopefully, like I said, we're talking to you either on Thursday or we're talking to you back here next week, man.
All right, gentlemen, you guys have a good night and have a good rest of your weekend.
Yes, sir, you too. That was the 99 second place finisher, a locked in driver to the playoffs, now trying to advance himself just a little bit harder. That being the 99 of Mark Morton driving for Steel City Racing. Now to a driver that literally has just officially solidified himself into the playoffs. That is going to be the 09 of Isaiah Fox after a great run here to be the seventh driver to make his way into that round of 16. Fox, you got a copy, buddy?
I got you.
How you doing tonight, Isaiah? Wonderful race you had out there. Great victory for you, man. Congratulations. So, with the win here at Michigan, you guys are moving on to Dover next week. Do you feel like this is going to give you a little bit momentum going into that next race with Dover to possibly pull off a back-to-back win?
Uh, Viewers, I wouldn't put your money on it. We'll just say Dover's not one of my greatest tracks. In terms of momentum, it does give me a really good confidence boost. It's been a rough going here in the Cup Series this season. Race winning speed nearly every weekend. Just haven't been able to close out the deal. So to get it done tonight, I wouldn't quite say dominating fashion, but I mean we were definitely a name that was up there in the mix all night long. So to get it done and actually go out there and be quick tonight, it is a real big confidence booster, and I do hope that it can get us some momentum going into Dover for sure.
And so you and Mark, man, you guys were fighting up in the front almost the entire race. Was there any point during the race where you felt like you got Mark's number and that you needed to just find a situation to make that move that you knew you could have? Or was it just kind of coming down to looking in for an opening that just gave itself to you?
Mark, well, he's a great and respectful driver, and he's taught me so much over the past season. He hasn't been a huge fan of me at times, but nevertheless, I've taken all the advice that he's given me, and I appreciate him for that. If anyone remembers back to last season at Michigan, I came up just short in second to Mark. So and he raced me with respect. I raced him with respect. I think in the end I did have a lap fresher tires, so I'm sure that paid dividends into it. Definitely helped me get a slight advantage, but yeah, it was really between us. Unfortunately, Joseph, he was really quick. He had to leave us early, but yeah, really Mark, he's a great driver. We raced with a ton of respect. I had a blast, and yeah, he's taught me a lot, and I think I kind of used what he's taught me to go out and get that one tonight.
Awesome, awesome. I'm going to pass it over to Tyler now for a couple more questions.
Now, of course, Isaiah, First off, I hate you. Second off, congratulations. looking forward, looking here tonight. You now officially make yourself the seventh driver to officially lock yourself in the playoffs. Currently sitting seventh in points. Red Tail has kind of been on a rampage here this season. Nathan Hawks, was the first one to get the win as a part-time driver, and now you officially getting that win for the team. As you're locked in now officially to the round of 16, 97 points back from the leader, but still pretty early. We have 13 weeks left to be able to decide if you're going to be able to finish there or not, even if higher, possibly. Of course, at this time last season, I believe you already knocked off your win and was really looking forward to the playoffs. We saw you make it to the Final Four round last year, and, just some unfortunate events happened to kind of take you out of the win there at the end. So how are you feeling about your playoff run this year?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm sorry. I'm a team owner too now, so I guess I got bills to pay. Yeah, maybe I'll give him one next week. You never know. But yeah, I feel good about it. I feel really good. I feel like it just gives a weight off, lifts a weight off my shoulders, and some of these tracks. I'm not sure how many repeating tracks we have that are going to be in the playoffs, but it's definitely a good time to learn. To just go out there, go for results, try maybe stack up, get one or two more wins to close out the regular season. Um, but yeah, definitely just all about learning, trying to put myself in the best position possible to advance through the rounds. Because obviously you got your wild cards, you got Dega in the playoffs. That's always a crazy one. Martinsville, I believe. So definitely the more points, the better. You always want to lock yourself into the best position possible, and I feel like we're on the road to doing that. Unfortunately, I got myself into a hole after missing. I believe it was Vegas and then Bristol too. There might have been one more in there, but dug myself into a pretty bad points hole, and I've been slowly clawing my way back out of it. Just the consistency is really what I need to work on. Because I've been bringing fast cars every week. Just Charlotte getting tangled up with drivers, or Texas just playing the green flag wrong. So definitely some errors, mistakes that I need, some habits, I should say, that I need to break, and try and get myself in a better playoff form. And it's nice to have the rest of the regular season to do that for sure.
No, of course, coming into this race, we didn't know who was going to be the fan favorite or the winner here tonight. Um, 40 laps for stage 1 and 2, 70 for stage 3. When did it kind of click for you? Hey, I have the opportunity and the advantage to take this race.
I mean, I was hyped up all weekend. I mean, I love Michigan. If you ask anyone I know, they'll tell you it's my favorite track. I'm a quote Michigan merchant, so I've heard quite a few times. So it's kind of it's nice to actually keep up that reputation, because I was gonna get a lot of heat from a lot of people had I not won this race. So that's awesome. I felt confident the whole weekend. I was just kind of in a state of trying not to be overly optimistic and just beat myself. And I didn't do that for once. So that's really, really nice. I feel like, I mean, I won stage one. So that gave me the confidence that I knew what I needed to do. And I knew had the ability to do it for the rest of the race. And I really do think that stage one win helped a lot, because learned to help me pace myself for long runs, and we had a lot of long runs tonight, and yeah, I think that really helped. But I was confident the whole weekend. I love this place.
Now, of course, moving on to Dover next week, that's going to be a pretty tricky track for most. Now that you've kind of got your first win in the books, what
other race do you have circled on your schedule where you feel like you might be able to prevail?
Oh, Auto Club comes to mind. It's not the exact same. In fact, it's really, really different than Michigan. But you got the 2 mile D-shaped oval. You gotta love Auto Club. That's where I made my debut in this series. Led quite a few laps. Ended up on my roof that time. So hopefully we won't do the same this year. But definitely got that one circled. I love mile and a halves. I'm not sure how many of those we got on. I'm pretty hyped for Nashville too as well. Super Speedway. I like that track a lot. Definitely excited to. I'll be excited when Dover's finished, though. That's for sure. Hopefully, I'll be back in here next week too, though.
Now, of course, looking back to last season, for at this point in time, 13 races left in the season. Do you feel like you've made a lot more progression this season than you did last season?
Absolutely. I feel like uh, I'm a whole new, different driver than I was last season. Last season, I would go into races thinking like, what's the best I can do, and try to do it. I feel like this season there's a mindset shift. I feel like I could. I'm a contender to win almost on a weekly basis, and I feel a lot more confident than I did last week, and I think, or last year rather. I think the results are showing it too. Um, Obviously, you got some races where the results don't exactly show, like Charlotte. Um, but yeah, I just feel like I'm a lot more confident. I'm a lot more consistent, I guess, a lot quicker, and I feel like I'm in a much better headspace as far as being competitive this season.
And of course, man, before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your night and your weekend, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give to anybody?
Well, for starters, obviously this one's for Kyle. Still so sad. I know it's been about 2 weeks or something like that, but yeah, rain's been coming down everywhere we've been going since that day. So just prayers to family and all that, as well as Ned Jarrett, who recently passed this past week. I've had the Dale Jarrett. I'm not sure anyone on the stream caught it, maybe one or two, but a Dale Jarrett throwback to his final win at Michigan back in the early 2000s. And I've had it planned for, I made the scheme about 2 months ago. So this has been a planned race to run the Dale Jarrett paint scheme. So to win for Ned Jarrett in the Dale Jarrett paint scheme, that means a lot for sure. So shout out to them. Uh, Shout out to all the guys that raced me cleanly. Lucas Lewis, Mark Morton, especially. Joseph Davis, Charlie Bennett had a lot of fun racing tonight. Shout out to you, to Kenny, Jordan, Owen for all the admins putting this on. Mike did a great job with race control. Just shout out to all of those guys. Shout out to my dad. He was watching the end, I think for first or second time. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, of course, man, congrats on your first win on the season. Now officially punching your ticket as the seventh driver to make it to the playoffs. We're definitely going to be watching you a little bit closer now each week to see how far you're going to progress, and then definitely during the round of 16 to see if you're going to make it out and back to the Final Four 2 years in a row.
I'm ready. Bring it on. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
You too.
Of course, that was our first place finisher. You're looking at parked in victory lane. That was Isaiah Fox. One hell of a race, man. I would say about the best race we've seen here in a few weeks, to be honest with you.
Yes, partner, that is for sure. The fact that we had no cautions caused by incident is very much insane.
Of course, we are unfortunately done with the night here as they have gave us one hell of a race to rewatch. Be sure to rewatch it at any point in time here on Twitch and or YouTube. Of course, on behalf of the Naras Cup Series and the Asphalt Racing Network, we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in here live. Of course, we're not done. We're just done for tonight. Be sure to check us out on Monday on Twitch for the American Stock Car Racing League Round of 8 finale race on Monday at 9:05 right time ARCA, on Wednesdays, and then Thursdays of the Truck Series, and then here back on Friday for the Naras Truck Series, as next week they are going to be taking on Dover. And then on Saturday, where we're going to be taking on Dover as well for the Exalta 250. Kenny, it's been one hell of a night, man. I appreciate you sitting up here with us. I wouldn't want to have been alongside anybody else.
Thank you, partner, and I had a great time sitting up here with you guys, or with you as well. What a wonderful race to watch. This league, man, you know, it just surprises you every week with the class of racing that these guys come out here with. So, it's a wonderful time.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we are going to leave you on the white flag lap where we saw Isaiah Fox take his first official win, punching his ticket into. If we don't catch you here, well, if we don't catch you anywhere else, we hope to catch you back here next time. You all have a good night.